ठीक है. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen of the media. Welcome to the Foreign Office. We begin today's briefing with a summary of events in the foreign policy domain since our last interaction. Today is the 158th day of the humanitarian nightmare in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, characterized by a continued military lockdown and a complete communications blockout. Over 8 million people in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir remain cut off from the world. On 5th January, Pakistan commemorated the Day of the Right to Self-Determination for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. This day reminds us of the resolution adopted by the United Nations Commission on India and Pakistan on 5th January 1949, which guarantees a free and fair plebiscite in Jammu and Kashmir. To mark this occasion, the President of Pakistan, in his special message, reaffirmed that Pakistan will continue to extend moral, political, and diplomatic support to the just cause of the people of Jammu and Kashmir until the realization of their right to self-determination in accordance with UN Security Council resolutions. Prime Minister Imran Khan also, in his message on this occasion, reminded the international community that since 5th August 2019, India has unleashed a new reign of terror in the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, locking the region down and violating the human rights of innocent Kashmiri men, women, children, and the elderly. The people of Jammu and Kashmir have been deprived of their right to life, their right to food, health, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, and above all, the right to self-determination. Foreign Minister Qureshi on 5th January reiterated that the United Nations, and especially the Security Council, bears responsibility to ensure the fulfillment of the promise they had made to the people of Jammu and Kashmir for their right to self-determination. India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August aimed at altering the disputed status of the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and its demography have been widely rejected all across the world. We have also seen reports that India is arranging a visit of the envoys based in Delhi of a few countries to the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. It is our hope that the visit would take place without any restrictions by the Indian government and that the envoys will have access to all the areas. More importantly, we hope that they will be allowed to meet the senior Hurriyat leadership and freely interact with the Kashmiris and the civil society in an atmosphere free from intimidation and coercion, so that these envoys can assess the situation following the illegal actions of 5th August in Jammu and Kashmir, or what has come to be known as the largest open-air prison on earth. We believe that India would do well to end the continuing incarceration of the Kashmiri leaders, including the Hurriyat leadership, and allow the visit of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights and the OIC Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission, as well as its own political leaders, the international human rights and civil society organizations, and the journalists also, to visit these areas and see for themselves the situation on the ground. Pakistan has also rejected India's recent propaganda on the treatment of minorities in Pakistan. The BJP government's mischievous portrayal of an isolated law and order incident in Peshawar and Nankana Sahib recently as alleged persecution of minorities is part of its smear campaign against Pakistan, and in fact, a desperate attempt to divert attention from the ongoing state terrorism in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, as well as the ongoing and systematic discrimination against minorities across India. Allow me to reiterate that Pakistan attaches the highest respect and sanctity to all places of worship, including those belonging to the Sikh religion. We categorically reject Indian allegations regarding any attack and desecration at the Gurdwara Nankana Sahib. The Sikh community all over the world is aware of the importance of the government of Prime Minister Imran Khan attaches to the minorities and their places of worship. The historic opening of Kartarpur Darbar Sahib on 9th November is a clear manifestation of the Prime Minister's vision in this regard. In this context, Director General South Asia and SAARC had summoned the Indian Chargé d'Affaires on 7th January to convey Pakistan's strong rejection of baseless and fabricated allegations concerning the Sikh community in Pakistan. As you are well aware, there is an ongoing tension and situation developing in the Middle East. Our leadership has already expressed its deep concern at this. These developments, in our view, could seriously threaten peace and stability in the region. Pakistan has emphasized the importance of restraint and the diffusion of tensions. The Prime Minister has stressed that war is in no one's interest. He also made it clear that Pakistan would not be part of any conflict in the region, but instead Pakistan will be a partner for peace and would continue to make efforts for diffusion of tensions, prevention of conflict, and preservation of peace. Towards this objective, Foreign Minister Qureshi has held wide-ranging discussions with his counterparts from Saudi Arabia, Iran, Turkey, UAE, Kuwait, and several other important interlocutors. In these discussions, excuse me, the Foreign Minister has reaffirmed that Pakistan would neither let its soil be used against any other state, nor become part of any regional conflict. Pakistan will continue to play a role in preventing further escalation and maintaining regional peace and stability. I would like to draw your attention in this context to the comprehensive policy statement made by the Foreign Minister in the Senate and the National Assembly on this matter also. We are also mindful of the safety of our nationals in Iraq and those planning to visit Iraq. We have advised them to remain cautious at this point, and we have instructed our missions in Baghdad and elsewhere to remain alert and available to our nationals. I also want to take this opportunity to extend our deepest condolences to the families of all the passengers of the Ukraine airliner that crashed in Tehran. The government and the people of Pakistan offer their profound sympathies and condolences to the governments and people of Ukraine, Iran, Canada, Sweden, Afghanistan, Germany, and the UK, whose nationals were on board this unfortunate flight. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take some questions.
मेरा नाम जाहिद फरूक मलिक है जी, मैं एडिटर हूँ मेट्रो पार्क का। ईरान की सूरत-ए-हाल के ऊपर आप लोगों की कुछ ज़्यादा खामोशी है। हालांकि कल मैंने इंटरव्यू किया जवाद ज़रीफ साहब का तेहरान के अंदर। उनका कहना यह था कि हमारी बात पाकिस्तान से हुई है और पाकिस्तान हमारा साथ देगा। आप किस तरह का साथ देंगे उनके इस हवाले से?
जी फरमाइए। जी अनवर साहब।
जी आयशा, मेरा नाम अनवर अब्बास है, बोल न्यूज़ से हूँ। मुझे आपसे सिर्फ ये जानना है कि क्या पाकिस्तान ऑफिशियली जनरल सुलेमानी की असैसिनेशन को कंडेम करता है या नहीं? शुक्रिया।
जी, there's another supplementary. जी, फरमाइए.
Shiraz Asghar from Iranian official news agency IRNA. Madam, can you tell me that when Foreign Minister Qureshi will visit Iran, and what is the level of cooperation between Iran and Pakistan on recent developments in the region?
Let's start with you, sir, in the first row. Um, I beg to differ with your statement that there is silence on Pakistan's part vis-à-vis the ongoing situation. I want to draw your attention to our press releases on 3rd of January, where we expressed our deep concern at the developments in Middle East. I also want to draw your attention to our press release of 5th January, after the foreign minister had held telephonic conversations with several of his counterparts in the region. And I also want to draw your attention to the statement made by the Prime Minister yesterday, in which, in no uncertain terms, he said, and please allow me to quote, Pakistan has consistently emphasized the importance of restraint and diffusion of tensions. We urge that there should be no further escalation from any side, and all sides must exercise maximum restraint. War is in no one's interest. Pakistan would not be part of any conflict in the region, but Pakistan will always be a partner for peace and will continue to make efforts for prevention of conflict and preservation of peace. I think at every forum so far since the developments of 3rd January, Pakistan has reached out and contributed towards a collective objective of peace in this region. I think there are no two opinions on this, that this region cannot afford any more conflict. There have been enough conflicts in our region over decades. And the collective wisdom demands that all must play their role towards this, and Pakistan is certainly playing its role. Regarding FM's visit, it's on the cards. We are working towards this. As you may be aware, the Prime Minister has also spoken on this and advised the Foreign Minister. So we are working on this. Thank you. Next. Pakistan has expressed deep concern. We are very mindful of our historic fraternal relations with Iran, with Afghanistan, and other countries in the region. And we have viewed the situation with deep concern. Thank you. I'll take another one. Ji, farmaiye.
जी थैंक यू वेरी मच फिदा हुसैन रेडियो न्यूज़ नेटवर्क मैम पहला सवाल ये है कि कल रात गए जो प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप ने जो स्टेटमेंट दी कि ईरान इज फाइनेंसिंग स्पॉन्सरिंग टेररिज्म इन द रीजन इसको पाकिस्तान किस नज़र से देख रहा है क्या सपोर्ट करता है नहीं करता है दूसरा पार्लियामेंट में ये बात की गई कि जो जनरल सलमानी जो है इससे पहले पाकिस्तान में वो ट्रेनिंग ले चुके थे क्या ये आप कंफर्म करती हैं थैंक यू वेरी मच
We have heard the President of the United States last night and his comprehensive address. We believe that there is an indication that peace must be given a chance and a de-escalation of tensions should take place. And Pakistan has all along said that at every leadership level. And any attempts to bring tensions down and to work towards peace in this region is something that Pakistan will welcome. I'll have the lady at the back and then I'll have the gentleman there. Ji.
Thank you, ma'am. Saima Shabir from Arab News. Ma'am, there are news that Prime Minister is planning to visit Malaysia. Is there any development, any tentative dates, or about this news? Kindly, if you can share something. Thank you so much.
We remain closely engaged with Malaysia, which is a brotherly country and an important partner for Pakistan. The Prime Minister's visit to Malaysia is envisaged in the near future, and once we have further details on this, we'll share with you. Thank you. Ji, aap.
मैडम, मैं सीआर शमसी हूँ, एडिटर वीकली पाकिस्तानी इस्लामाबाद, और सबसे पहले तो आपको नई जिम्मेदारियां मुबारक हो. आई हैव टू शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन. एक तो यूरोपियन यूनियन के सफीरों ने ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर जाने से इनकार किया है और उन्होंने कहा है कि ये दौरा एक गैर जानबदाराना नहीं होगा, कंट्रोल्ड होगा. एक तो इस पे आपकी क्या राय है? और दूसरा, माजी की निस्बत पाकिस्तान ने इंडिपेंडेंट रहने का फैसला किया है और वजीर खारजा एक पीस मिशन पर जा रहे हैं, क्या तवक्कुआत हैं आपकी?
जी, जैसे मैंने अपने ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स में जिक्र किया है that we have also learned of the visit that is being planned for Delhi-based ambassadors to go to occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And you have heard me speak about this, and it is our hope that they will be allowed to meet the Hurriyat leadership and to be able to freely speak to the Kashmiri people to make an accurate assessment of what is happening. How this will be done remains to be seen, and we are also keen to know the outcome of this visit. Thank you. The other regarding Pakistan's position, I think I have already dealt with it in detail, so I think I'll let it be there. Ji Paracha Sahab.
Thank you, ma'am. Yesterday's events, especially the firing of missiles from Iran and then President Trump's speech in the evening, what is the assessment of Pakistan, whether now the situation is leading towards war or, as you rightly said, that there is an indication of peace? How Pakistan sees this? And if there is an indication of peace, then do you think there remains a need or there remains a room for Foreign Minister to visit then?
Thank you. As I said earlier, that any attempt by the parties concerned to diffuse the tension and to work towards restoring peace in the region is something that Pakistan welcomes. We have seen that indication in the speech. We are evaluating the contours of the speech that was made last night by the United States President. But as I said, de-escalation is something that Pakistan welcomes and wants to contribute and play a role towards this. I think there is always room for engagement, for interaction within the region and beyond, and the Foreign Minister's visit will be aimed towards this. Thank you. I think I'll take you and then the gentleman at the back.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Mateen Haider. Question is, Saudi Foreign Minister visited Washington, held meeting with the U.S. President and also delivered Saudi King's special message to the U.S. President requesting United States not to go for war. How you see this particular message by the Saudi leadership in the context of this Iraq and Middle East situation?
I think I've kind of answered that, that any attempt by any of the parties concerned to de-escalate is welcomed by Pakistan. Ji, aap. Ji.
जी मैडम, सैयद ओन शिराजी, सच न्यूज़ टीवी से सवाल मेरा ये है कि दफ्तर खारजा और दीगर जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उनके माबैन जो कनेक्शन है वो कोई इस तरह बेहतर नज़र नहीं आ रहा, और सेक्रेटरी खारजा क्योंकि दफ्तर खारजा को इस हर लेवल पे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, तो अगर कोलालमपुर समिट वाला इशू देखें या सितंबर में जो एक तालिबान का वफद फॉरेन ऑफिस आया था, तमाम वो मामलात थे जिसकी वजह से दफ्तर खारजा को किसी हद तक जो है सुबकी का सामना मुख्तलिफ तस्वीरों के हवाले से या दीगर हवाले से करना पड़ा। तो किस तरह जो है वो जो सेक्रेटरी खारजा के मुतल्लिक ये कहा जा रहा है कि वो अपना रोल उस अंदाज में नहीं अपना पा रहे जिस अंदाज में उन्हें अपनाना चाहिए, और वो सही तरह से वो प्रोफेशनल अंदाज जो होता है उसमें ब्रीफ नहीं कर रहे सफारतकारी का।
I think Um, I have to make a strong statement on this. The Foreign Secretary has spent the last over 3 decades of his life working for Pakistan. He is one of our ablest, well-trained, uh, acclaimed diplomat of the Foreign Service of Pakistan. Ever since he has taken charge to lead this ministry in some of the most challenging times in the foreign policy of Pakistan. I think what you're referring to are media stories that are often based on speculation and lack evidence, and I think I would rest it at that. Um, Thank you. I'll take you, and I will take this lady first. जी आप फरमाइए.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm Kausalodi from Prime News. Ma'am, my question is telephone calls of U.S. Secretary of States and Defense Secretary to the Army Chief. What kind of help USA needs from Pakistan?
Let's take you first.
थैंक यू सो मच राशिदा सियाल अब तक न्यूज़ से जिस यूएस जो सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट है माइक पॉम्पियो उनकी कॉल का रेफरेंस दिया मेरी एक कोलीग ने यही मैं पूछना चाहूँगी कि उनकी कॉल फॉरेन मिनिस्टर को नहीं आई चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ को आई आप क्या समझती हैं कि क्या फॉरेन ऑफिस को इस अहम तरीन मामले पर बाईपास किया गया सेकेंडली अफगानिस्तान में जो पीस प्रोसेस है वो इस सिचुएशन से किस तरीके से अफेक्ट हो सकता है थैंक यू
जी
प्राइम मिनिस्टर कुछ ज्यादा इंगेज दिखाई नहीं दिए इस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के दौरान तो ऐसी क्या वजह है कि ड्राइविंग सीट पर इस वक्त आर्मी चीफ दिखाई देते हैं और हुकूमत और दफ्तर खारजा जो है वो बैक बेंचेस पर दिखाई दे रहे हैं
Are we done with this question and the supplementaries? जी फरमाइए.
Asad Hashim with Al Jazeera English.
Yes.
Exactly the same question, and I'd just like a clarification on what the protocol is in these situations where counterparts are not being contacted, but other members of the government or the security establishment are being contacted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. US and Pakistan have long-standing relations. Our bilateral relations cover the entire gamut of our interaction across all fields, political, military, development, social, economic. And contacts between our two countries and exchanges between our two leaderships take place at multiple levels. There is not one channel, there are several channels where there is a constant and a steady interaction between our two leaderships. The focus remains in every interaction and related to any aspect of our bilateral relationship to build a stronger relationship and to advance cooperation in areas of our mutual interest. So I think all those questions should be seen through the paradigm of what I have just stated. Thank you. Can I, Afghan peace process? I'm sorry. I think let me reiterate. I think you may have seen our press release of 5th January also, where the foreign minister, in his extensive outreach to his counterparts in the region, had expressed hope that the progress made in the Afghan peace process would be preserved and further advanced, and the focus would not be diluted as a result of the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. So we are very mindful of this, and every interaction that the foreign minister has so far had, and the prime minister and the leadership, military leadership, we have underscored and emphasized that the peace process in Afghanistan should not be neglected. Thank you. Okay. I think I'll take a few more questions up, and then the gentleman there.
राजिक भट्टी फ्रॉम कश्मीर एक्सप्रेस सर। गुज़श्ता दिनों प्रैक्टिस की गई कि आज़ाद कश्मीर के अंदर आज़ाद नाम ख़त्म करके जम्मू कश्मीर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विसेज का रखने के लिए प्रैक्टिस की गई, नोटिफिकेशन जारी किया गया और वज़ीर आज़म की भी स्टेटमेंट आई कि शायद मैं लास्ट वज़ीर आज़म हूँ इस सेशन का, उसके बाद वज़ीर आज़म नहीं होंगे। क्या आज़ाद कश्मीर को सूबाई सेटअप देने के लिए तैयारियां मुकम्मल कर दी गई? एंड सेकेंड सर, अली गिलानी साहब का जो खत है उसके बारे में क्या अपडेट्स हैं? वज़ीर आज़म ने अभी तक कोई जवाब नहीं दिया, क्यों?
जी ठीक। आई थिंक जो नोटिफिकेशन की आप बात कर रहे हैं, आई वुड हैव टू रिवर्ट टू यू ऑन दिस बिकॉज I'll have to seek clarity from the concerned department since this is pertaining to the administrative issues of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. So let me revert to you on this. But regarding the letter of Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, I want to reiterate that Sayyid Ali Gilani is the most respectable figure of the Kashmiri freedom struggle. His sacrifices and contributions are not only well known, but are deeply valued. His statements on Jammu and Kashmir dispute are given the utmost serious attention from our side. So the response has been conveyed to him in line with Pakistan's historical and steadfast support and commitment to the Jammu and Kashmir cause. I think, yes,
मैडम अब्बास जाफ़र फ्रॉम दिल्ली डिस्ट्रिक्ट न्यूज़। मेरा सवाल ये है आपसे कि वज़ीर आज़म साहब ने जो न्यूज़ रिपोर्ट्स आई हैं उनमें कहा है आर्मी चीफ को और फॉरेन मिनिस्टर साहब को कि आप पीस प्रोसेस के लिए कोशिश करें, तो क्या आर्मी चीफ भी जाएंगे इस सिलसिले में किसी विजिट पर, और अगर जाएंगे तो कौन कौन से ममालिक में? दूसरा सवाल ये है कि अमेरिकी सदर ने ये ऐलान किया है कि ईरान के खिलाफ नई पाबंदियाँ लगाएंगे। अगर वो यूनिलेटरी या अपने नेटो अलाइंस के साथ पाबंदियों का ऐलान करते हैं तो क्या पाकिस्तान उसका पार्ट होगा या इंडिपेंडेंट रहेगा? थैंक यू।
जी, जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर का ट्वीट है आप उसका हवाला दे रहे हैं, और जैसे मैंने अपने रिमार्क्स में पहले भी शुरू में आपसे जिक्र किया है कि फॉरेन मिनिस्टर जो हैं उनका ये कोशिश जारी है और उन्होंने बातचीत गुफ्तगू की है अपने दूसरे वज़राए ख़ारजा से, और प्राइम मिनिस्टर की हिदायत पे फॉरेन मिनिस्टर इस काम को आगे बढ़ाएंगे और हमारे जो एफर्ट्स हैं उनको कंटिन्यू करेंगे। जहाँ तक चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ का प्रोग्राम और उनका ताल्लुक है, तो आई थिंक आई वुड रिफर यू टू मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस for some detail on that. Thank you. The other thing is the sanctions that were indicated in the President of the United States speech last night. I think we are all waiting for some more details on this. It was only a statement made in the course of the speech, so as and when the situation develops, we will have a position on that. Ji, aap.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Waqas Ahmed from Capital TV. Ma'am, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi is contacting your regional counterparts. Will you share that what is the response of the regional countries on the issue of the current crisis that is uprising in the Middle East? And secondly, a week ago, I think U.S. State Department announced Pakistan participation in the International Military Training and Education Program, and according to my knowledge, under this plan, $2 billion, Pakistan will receive $2 billion under the Security Aid Program, and 66th Army officer will go to US and participate in different education programs. So can you please verify these numbers, please? Thank you.
I think I have already mentioned this, that in all the conversations that the foreign minister has had so far with his counterparts in the region, there is a collective wisdom and a collective understanding that this region cannot afford another conflict. And therefore, it is in the interest of everyone to work towards de-escalation and diffusion of tensions. So regarding your second question, I just want to say that the US decision to revive the IMET for Pakistan is one more step in the right direction and a reflection of our growing bilateral relationship. We believe it is important to continue to work for a broad-based and enduring relationship based on mutual trust and mutual respect. Our two countries remain engaged in this context. The figures that are, since this is a military education training program, so the Ministry of Defense would be better placed to give answers to the figures that you are quoting. Thank you. Can I take the gentleman and then I'll take you? We are also aware of an intended visit to the region by Ambassador Khalilzad. We don't have the exact confirmation of the date, so once we have, we will share with the media. Ji.
Thank you very much, madam. I am Aliago Badri, Associate Editor, Islamabad. मेरा मैडम आपसे सवाल ये है कि वज़ीर ख़ारजा ने लंबी तौर पर फरमाया कि हमने आदमी सतह तक कशीदगी को जांचने और बेहतरीन सफारतकारी की गर्ज से वज़ारत ख़ारजा के अंदर एक टास्क फोर्स कैद किया है। मैं जानना चाहूँगा कि टास्क फोर्स की प्रोग्रेस के हवाले से और परफॉर्मेंस के हवाले से क्या रिपोर्ट?
ये आप बिल्कुल वजह फरमा रहे हैं। उन्होंने असेंबली में कहा था और वज़ीर ख़ारजा ने ये टास्क फोर्स फॉरेन ऑफिस में इस्टेब्लिश की है मिडल ईस्ट की सिचुएशन के ऊपर नज़र रखने के लिए, उसका एनालिसिस करने के लिए और तजावीज़ पेश करने के लिए टू द लीडरशिप के ये, क्योंकि ये बहुत फ्लूइड सिचुएशन है और रोज़ाना कुछ ना कुछ कोई नई तब्दीली और नई डेवलपमेंट्स हो रही हैं, तो ये टास्क फोर्स अपना काम कर रही है पिछले कुछ दिनों से और मुसलसल राब्ते में भी है हमारे जो तमाम एम्बेसीज हैं उस इलाके में, खत्ते में, और मुशावरत का अमल ये जारी है। जी। Regarding your first question, and I have already contacted our missions in Saudi Arabia, and I'm told that they are in contact with the authorities, Saudi authorities. This is a very important issue for us, and work is going on. There are ongoing discussions on this. Regarding your second, I think it has been stated on a number of occasions already, and of course the foreign minister said it in the parliament also, that the recent developments since the 3rd of January and the assassination of General Soleimani has brought the tensions that were already simmering in the region to another level, to a dangerous level. And therefore, there is this entire effort from Pakistan to bring tensions down because when the situation is fluid and tempers are high, things can get very wrong. So the outreach that has been initiated by Pakistan, by our leadership, is towards that goal. So yes. Ji, farmaiye.
ये बताइए कि खित्ते में पायदार अमन के असूल के लिए पाकिस्तान का रोल कितना अहम है, इसके बारे में। आई एम ख्वाजा नैयर, इकबाल, डेली मीडिया टुडे से।
जी।
वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन, जो आउटरीच करने जा रहे हैं फॉरेन मिनिस्टर, उसके लिए ईरान या सऊदी अरब की तरफ से हमें कहा गया है कि वो इसमें आएँ और अपना रोल प्ले करें। हमसे सऊदी अरब या ईरान में से किसने कॉन्टेक्ट किए फॉर मीडिएशन और फॉर नेगोशिएशन?
I'm sorry, आपका सवाल है कि क्या उन्होंने हमसे कांटेक्ट किया? ओके। आई थिंक अगर आप पाकिस्तान की जियोग्राफी देखें और इस जो नया जो डेवलपमेंट्स हुई हैं मिडल ईस्ट में, हमारी जियोग्राफी, हमारी हिस्ट्री, हमारे strong relationships with all the countries in the region make Pakistan a very important player in this situation. And therefore, based on this consideration, it is very important for Pakistan to play a role and to contribute towards the goal of peace and security. Uh, or I think, I'm sorry, आपका, in terms of our outreach, this is an initiative that Pakistan is taking because we understand our responsibility as a member of the international community and an important country in this region. We have brotherly historic relations with Iran, with Afghanistan, with Saudi Arabia, and all other countries in the region. And based on these relationships, and I also want to remind you that the Prime Minister has taken these visits to these brotherly countries earlier also in an effort to bring down the tensions in the region and amongst members of the region. So this is one more attempt, another effort in this situation. I'll take last two now. Ji, up, and then I'll take you. Ji.
This is Zargun Shah from Geo Television. The Iranian Foreign Minister, Mr. Jawad Zarif, has announced, rather, Iran has announced to not to abide by the nuclear agreement, and Iran announced that it will enrich its uranium. On the other side, President Trump has said that Iran will not be allowed to enrich uranium. What is Pakistan's stance on that? Thank you.
Thank you. Pakistan has a principled position on the JCPOA, जिसका आप हवाला दे रहे हैं. And we have always maintained that the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action represents a very good example of a negotiated settlement of complex issues through dialogue and through diplomacy. We hope that all parties to the JCPOA will be able to take effective measures to resolve all outstanding issues through consultations within the framework provided by the agreement. Thank you. The last one, the gentleman in, yes. नहीं जी, मैं इनको चाह रही थी, but I'll go ahead. आप कीजिए.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Shamim from Online News Network. Ma'am, keeping in view the current situation in the Middle East, I would like to ask you, जो ईरान के फॉरेन मिनिस्टर हैं जवाद ज़रीफ, उन्होंने रिसेंटली ट्वीट की थी कि अगर सिचुएशन ख़राब होती है और अमेरिका किसी भी मुल्क की सॉइल यूज़ करता है तो हम डायरेक्ट उसके खिलाफ अटैक करेंगे. सेकेंडली उन्होंने ये कहा था कि इसके बाद अगर कोई सिचुएशन मज़ीद ख़राब होती है तो हम इसराइल पे अटैक करेंगे. पाकिस्तान इस सारी सिचुएशन में कहाँ पे है?
I think regarding the situation in the Middle East, the ongoing fluidity of the situation, the efforts for peace and diffusion of tension, I have spoken comprehensively on this, and I would like you to please refer to those statements. I'll take you and I'll take you. जी, बताइए. आप उनको, अच्छा, go ahead.
We know of decade-long conflict and ongoing tensions between Iran and Saudi Arabia, but what has happened recently on 3rd of January and its reaction and response that came on 8th is entirely different. But our Prime Minister has tweeted that the Foreign Minister will be undertaking visits to Iran, to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and USA. So do we think that in the recent conflict, Saudi Arabia has some role? Or do we think that Saudi Arabia is also part of the current conflict which has started from 3rd of January after assassination of Major General Qasem Soleimani?
I would like to remind you that the Foreign Minister has spoken to many of his counterparts. Being part of the region makes all of us interested and eager to see a diffusion of tensions, to see de-escalation. So the Foreign Minister has reached out to many of his counterparts, and visits to these three countries is also a part of that ongoing effort. Last one, please. Ji.
Thank you. This is Sip Kafi. Foreign Minister, day before yesterday, said on the floor of
of the House that the Turkish president is expected to visit next month. Can you confirm that, and can you confirm what is his schedule, agenda, and the dates of his visit?
I think I also spoke about it in our last briefing. The Turkish president is scheduled to visit Pakistan. For the moment, I know that it is in the month of February. Exact dates are being worked on by both sides and will be shared with the media. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.